Matthew Lee from Pixelpop Network here. Paradigm came out recently, and I really enjoyed it. You can read my review on Pixelpop Network. I reviewed it favourably. I really like it, not just because it's a point-and-click adventure, but because it treats its subject with kind of both respect and humour. And it's a really odd game. Not as in like strange odd. Well, it's odd, but it's like a peculiar, absurdist odd. It's odd on purpose. It's odd on purpose. But I think it's like, obviously Jacob, the guy that's developed it, the main guy behind this. He's obviously spent a lot of time with point-and-click adventure games. Because he's obviously known what kind of like some of the things that he needs to address are. Like the puzzles aren't too hard. They're also not easy either. Like it's nicely balanced. It's funny, which always helps. And rather than trying to reinvent the point-and-click adventure genre and doing an okay job of it, instead the developer Jacob has decided to basically make a standard point-and-click adventure, but make what is possibly the best generic format point-and-click adventure ever. But Matthew, I hear you say, what does this all mean? Well, I don't know. It has this very Australian feel to it, which you know that there's been tons and tons of games released by Australian developers in the past, and in the future there will be. To people who aren't, to not Australians, I think Paradigm is going to not make a lot of sense. It's going to seem like all these kind of weird, like disconnected things. But being from Australia, I can kind of see that. I can kind of see how this all interconnects together into being something that has been made by an Australian person. It's important in an Australian sense because it has a particular Australian feel to it and a particular Australian flavour to it. I don't think any other country could have come up with something like this in the way this is. It's got an Australian voice to it, which there are plenty of games that have remotely Australian elements in them, but nothing to my mind, nothing that I know of or that I can think of or that I can find kind of is at the level that Paradigm is at, where it is drawing on that kind of core. My point here is Paradigm's a really intelligent game. If you play it, you're going to be better off for it. To some people this game is going to be fantastic. To some people this game is just going to be another point-and-click adventure game. To some people this game is going to be awful. It doesn't detract from the fact that it's a really well-made game, that it's really well conceived. To some people it's going to be the best point-and-click adventure game they've played in a long time. To some people it's just going to be another point-and-click adventure game. And I'm willing to concede that there are arguments for why this is not the greatest point-and-click adventure game ever. And one of those arguments, and legitimately one of those arguments, is Monkey Island. The Secret of Monkey Island. But even so, if this is not the best point-and-click adventure game ever, it's still one of the best. So really, they've done a really good job, or Jacob, the developer, has done a really good job in a way that you get to experience something that is going to make you laugh, and it's going to be slightly unexpected, and getting an experience of that kind of absurdist humour is probably good for you. I'm Matthew for the Pixelpop Network. Thanks for watching.
Do you mind dropping some fat beatsies?
Okay.
Chip. Dope. Thanks, dude.